Hello everyone and welcome to a brand new video on the channel. Today we're going to talk about the top 10 things caught on a ringing doorbell. Before we get started with the video, don't forget to smash the like button, share the video, and subscribe to the channel. Now let's get started. Number 10. Awesome escape. The tendency of dogs to form packs and stick together, they possess a high level of social intelligence and are acutely aware of the structure of hierarchies. Nevertheless, when they work together as a pack to achieve their goals, we cannot help but be impressed by their accomplishments. And within the confines of one's own home, those goals are frequently of a rather questionable nature. Take a look at the video below, which was captured by a camera installed in a doorbell. The owner of this litter of puppies could not figure out how the puppies were escaping, so she decided to install a Ring doorbell. It turned out that the dog with the smallest frame in the pack was the one who unlocked the gate, which allowed the others in the pack to escape. Number 9. Delivery thief. Receiving a box that you have been anticipating for a long time is one of the most gratifying experiences that can be had in everyday life. It's almost like a smaller version of Christmas. Even if you have a pretty good idea of what the delivery will consist of, it is always exciting to finally get your hands on that much anticipated gift. Because of this, it is frustrating for you when not only is your shipment delivered late, but is also stolen. The mail belonging to the homeowner was rifled through by the package thief, who was then caught on camera stealing a sizable item and departing the scene. What exactly did that box hold? We do not know, but it would be best if he were captured so that the rightful owners could find out. Number 8. Unstable bear. When you weren't expecting company, but you get a notification that there is someone at the door, where does your mind go? Do salespeople? A neighbor who may like to borrow some sugar? We are willing to bet that regardless of how creative your imagination is, you never thought that it would be a bear. To say nothing of one that is destroying your holiday decorations. When this bear with a strange appearance appeared, that is exactly what happened. It did not appear as though the animal was getting into the festive mood. At least it listens to the people inside the cabin when they tell the bear to leave. Number 7. The Cutest Thief. When your anxiously anticipated delivery mysteriously vanishes or fails to show up, it is only reasonable to assume that a crafty thief is responsible for the mishap. Perhaps it was the same individual seen in the previous video. This California resident was in luck because they had a camera installed in their doorbell, which allowed them to identify the person who stole their packages. In fact, rather than one of the more obvious candidates, it was a peculiar white lab that was responsible for the crime. It's hard to feel angry when you watch that adorable little tail wag and those eyes that look like little puppy dogs while they're looking at you. We can only hope that the resident who was the target of this daytime robbery was successful in getting their package back, or the dog devoured the scrumptious treat that was concealed within. Number 6. Unusual figure. When the doorbell rang at the home of a man who was just sitting at home and watching TV one day, he was surprised. He was somewhat astonished to discover that it wasn't a youngster soliciting donations for a charitable cause by going door to door, but rather, this rather disturbing man. If we saw something that looked like someone was hiding just beyond our line of sight, we would feel fear, just like you do. Is it a ghost or a spirit? Is it true that the apocalypse has been brought on by zombies? When they got closer to the eerie figure, it tried to get its attention, but they were unsuccessful. It turned out that there was a spider that was moving over the lens of the camera. That's not a good thing, regardless of the fact that it's not quite as horrifying as a zombie. Number 5. Snake rat. If you thought it was unsettling to witness a spider crawl over your door, you are going to despise the next sentence. A doorbell camera in Texas was able to capture an image of a snake moving stealthily around a door. Not on the ground in front of the door, but affixed to the door itself. Simply taking in this information gives us the creeps. There are no words to adequately describe the terror we would feel if we opened our door to see a massive snake staring back at us. This one is terrifying regardless of its size, even if it were much smaller. Even though it was only a harmless rat snake, this one made quite an impression when it was caught on tape. Thankfully, this snake was a rat snake. Number 4. TV man. We simply were not expecting to see some things on the video feed from our doorbell camera. What we see in this video is so unbelievable that not even a Bigfoot, a ghost, or an alien spacecraft could top it. In the year 2019, a television was discovered on the front porch of multiple homes located in and around the county of Henrico, Virginia. Who is responsible for the delivery? Someone wearing a television set atop their head. You will walk up to people's front doors, set an old television on their doorsteps, and then immediately turn around and walk away. We are unsure whether this is ridiculous and funny or if it is actually terrifying in nature. The unpleasant nature of this conduct is amplified when one considers the logistics and planning that would go into it. The only person watching is the camera attached to the doorbell. Number 3. A scary clown. It feels like something that should be in a scary movie. The year 2016 was filled with reports of people dressed as clowns stalking the streets and terrifying passersby. Who or what kind of monstrosity would do anything like that? A clown is seen in this video walking up to a door while brandishing what appears to be a mesh sheet and wearing some kind of hazardous materials outfit. A moment before he gets startled away, he points the blade in the direction of the camera and makes some frightening noises. We can only conjecture about what it would be like to be greeted by someone as horrible as they are in order to try to understand what it would be like to be in that situation. Number 2. A needy female. This upsetting video was taken late one night in Texas in 2018, and it was shared online. A distressed woman who appears to be restrained in some way approaches the front door while wearing what looks like chains on her wrists. Despite the shocking and dreadful sight, she was the one who needed to be concerned about her safety. It was later discovered that she was making an attempt to get away from her abusive boyfriend. The victim was able to escape after being attacked, but he or she now requires assistance from anyone who may come upon them. She did end up going back home, but by the time she arrived, her boyfriend had already broken up with her. Whatever the case may be, we are grateful that the authorities were able to use the camera in the doorbell. She eventually got the news that she was okay, and ever since then, she's been giving interviews to talk about the terrifying experience she went through. Number 1. Entrance liquor. Because of a couple different factors, this one is a little uncomfortable. It started happening at night just like all other bizarre and incomprehensible occurrences do. Second, remind your children that licking a doorbell is incredibly unhygienic. It's common practice to ring doorbells with the fingers, and while people are out and about, their hands are frequently filthy. Last but not least, this man licked the doorbell for a total of 3 hours. 3 hours indeed, we can't even speak. We can understand why a clown with a knife would try to sneak into your home, but we have no idea why a man would spend 3 hours kissing a doorbell or anything else. Why in the world would he do that? The individual had a criminal record that included drug use and being intoxicated in public, but it's impossible to even begin to comprehend what was going through his mind at the time. That's a wrap on the video. I hope you liked it. If you did, let me know by giving it a thumbs up and do not forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching. See you next time.